Hi, Timothy Unkert here. In this video, I'm going to create a more advanced program to calculate a student's class average in which we can actually change the student's score after we've entered it. So let's get started. Okay, first off, I'm going to create a variable for the number of students. And I'm going to set that equal to an input, but I want to make sure the input is an integer. So I'm going to surround it with the int and then parentheses. And I'm going to say, how many students are in your class? I'm going to put a question mark, and then we'll close it out with two parentheses there. I'm also going to create a variable for the sum of the grades, which is I'm going to set equal to 0 to start. And I'm going to create two empty lists. One is a student list, and we'll set that equal to just an empty list, and a grades list, which is also an empty list, open and close square brackets, just like that. And I'm going to say for x in range 0 to the number of students. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a variable for the current student, which I'm going to set equal to an input. And we'll say, what is the next student's name? Put a question mark and a space because the cursor is going to appear on the same line. And we're also going to have a current grade variable. I want to make sure this one's an integer. So I'm going to pass in the input into, and we're going to change it to an integer. And we're going to say, what is this student's grade? Okay. And we'll put a question mark and a space and close it out with two parentheses there. Okay, and I'm going to take the empty student list and append the current student. Okay, and I'm going to take the empty grades list and append the current grade. Okay. I'm going to set another variable called alter underscore grades equal to yes or y. And then I'm going to create a while loop. Okay, so now we've entered in, with this for loop, we've entered in student grades. And for the while loop, as long as alter grades is yes, it's going to run. And we're going to be able to change the grades. Okay, so I'm going to say while alter grades double equals y. I'm going to ask them if they want to alter the grades. So I'm going to say alter grades equals an input. Do you want to change a student's grade? Question mark, and then we'll just put Y for yes, N for no. Again, we're not really doing any exception handling at this point, but we're just getting the basis here. So, and I'll put a space here and close out my parentheses. And I'll have an if statement. I'll say if alter grades equals double equals y, I'm going to create a variable called which student and set that equal to an input where I say which student's grade do you want to change. Okay, put a question mark and a space for the input. And I'll also have a variable called which index, and I'll set that equal to the student list dot using the index method, and I'll pass in the which student. So they're going to find the student and find the index of that student in the student list. Again, we're not having exception handling at this point, so if I enter in a name that's not on the list, it's going to throw an error. But what I want to do is say the new grade equals the integer of the input. What is the new grade you want to enter with a question mark and close out the input. And then I'm going to take the grades list and we change it by just giving the index. So I'm going to say which index equals new grade, okay? And then that's gonna end the while loop, okay? And we'll say we'll create another for loop, for x in range from 0 to the length of the grades list. It's another way you can do it. You could do the number of students. And I want to have 0 here. I think I put O. Okay, there we go. What we're going to do is we're going to take the sum and we're going to add the grades list at position X. Okay. And then we're going to go out of our for loop and we're going to say the average equals the sum divided by the number of students. Okay. Finally, to end this program, we're going to print the class average is percentage, and we're going to do a 0.1 because I want to round it to 1 decimal place, an F because it's a float, and just a period for punctuation. And then we're going to go out of here and use the module operator and then pass in the variable that we're going to pass in there, which is the average. And that should be our program. Again, this doesn't have exception handling at this point, but that's okay. We're going to open up a terminal here, and I'm going to run the program with Python 3 and then the name of the program. So it's class. I got to change into the right directory. So now I'm going to run it with Python 3 and then the name of the program, class average advanced.py. All right, so how many students are in the class? 2. First student's name is Tim. I'll give Tim 100. Second student's name is Sarah. I'll give Sarah a 93. Okay, and do I want to change a student's grade? Yeah, I think I do. Let's change Sarah's grade. I want that to be a 97 instead. Okay, do I want to change a student's grade? No. So the class average is 98.5, which 100 plus 97, divide that by 2, you get 98.5. Whereas if I did 100 plus 93 and divided that by 2, I would get, let's see, halfway in between 100 and 93 is 96.5. Okay, so, and this will work for any amount of students. Okay, so that was a little bit more advanced program to find the class average. We didn't quite incorporate exception handling just yet, but we're going to get to that in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, could you please give it a like, as it will help get out to more people. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.